Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be doing just a little bit of meal prep today, and I thought I would bring you along with me. Here is my list of prep I plan to do. So for breakfast, I'm going to be doing some overnight oats. For lunches, we're going to be doing some protein snack boxes. I also am going to be doing some pita pizzas, but I don't need to do any prep for those. For dinner, I'm going to prep 3 of my 4 dinners I am making this week, and then the rest of the week I will be having leftovers. So I'm rolling over from last week a Chipotle chicken bowl. So I'm going to do the marinade today. That way I have no excuse not to get it done. So, and then we're going to be doing that marinade. Then also a cilantro lime chicken salad. And I've made those before, but I found a new marinade that is also a dressing. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that marinade and dressing, and then put the chicken in there. And then the third marinade I'll be doing is one I'm making up. It's supposed to be a mango habanero that's supposed to be really similar to the one that Domino's uses for their chicken habanero sandwiches. But I could not find any habanero, so to pick up jalapenos. So hopefully it turns out okay. Again, I'm just kind of winging this, kind of doing a few different recipes I found online. So I'm going to go ahead and get that marinating, and I'll be making these the next 3 days. So it's okay if they sit in the refrigerator. But also, if you ever do prep marinades ahead of time with your chicken in like Ziploc bags, you can put them in the freezer that way, and then you just take them out, let them, as they're thawing out, they'll marinate. So I don't need to do that because I will be making these 3 days in a row, and then I'll be having leftovers all week for the rest of the week. So and then for my snack and dessert prep, I'm going to try a protein pudding that I saw on TikTok. So we'll see how that turns out. If this turns out really good, honestly, like, the possibilities are endless with the flavors you can do. Well, not necessarily endless, but y'all know what I mean. Okay, so let's get prepping. We are going to start with the protein pudding. So what we need to do, I have a bowl here. This is combining a Premier protein shake and a box of sugar-free pudding. So I had this one that I got from Keto Crate. This is a Simply Delish. I also picked up a vanilla. I really want to find the sugar-free cheesecake and then pair it with one of the fruit proteins. So like they have the strawberry peaches, or the strawberries and cream, peaches and cream, and then the banana. I think that would be amazing with one of those, the cheesecake, but I could not find the cheesecake one. So I did pick up a vanilla because I do have a cinnamon roll Premier protein that I thought would go good with the vanilla. So if I really like this and it'll be a good snack, then I'll be making more flavors for that. But anyway, so I have this one. It just says a small box. This is a 1.7 ounce, which seems to be around the same thing. Which typically this you would use 2 cups of milk for that, so instead I'm going to be doing this, which is 11 ounces, so it's smaller than 2 cups, but they did say that this could be really thick, and if it's too thick of a pudding, just use a little bit of almond milk or something to thin it out. But I really like the thick idea of a really thick pudding, so I don't think I'm going to thin mine out unless it's just impossibly thick. And then I do have some sugar-free whipped topping that when I do enjoy this, I'll have that. But you'll get a lot of protein in this. And I think I'll probably break it down. We'll see how much it looks like it makes. The pudding was supposed to be 4 servings. Honestly, like, I will probably only do this 2 servings. We'll see how much it makes. And then that way I'm getting 15 grams of protein because I'll just split this in half. So then it would only be 60 plus half of this. So 140 calories for a nice little protein snack. I think that's going to be really good. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw this all together. I'm going to do this first. That way it can sit in the refrigerator this whole time we're doing meal prep, and then we can see what the consistency is. It's not supposed to take very long. It's supposed to do pretty quickly. So we'll see what it looks like at the end of this video. Okay, off to the refrigerator. This was kind of hard to mix up. I probably should have used like an electric hand mixer, but I got it. We are going to do the overnight oats next. Now you want to make sure that when you are doing overnight oats that you use like old-fashioned oats or rolled oats. Don't use the quick cooking oats because they are a lot finer. The oats have been ground down a lot finer for quick cooking. So you want something like this. I prefer rolled oats, but my store was out of everything. I like the Bob's Red Mill rolled oats, but yes, they were out of those, so I was not able to get them. So I just got the old-fashioned oats. I normally also, I would not be making them in such big containers, but since this is going to be a breakfast on the go, and this is how I like my overnight oats. I like to first, this base recipe I'm going to show you, that's the base of it. And then I let it sit in the refrigerator all week. And then when I want to eat one, I pull it out, give it a stir. Then I add some plain non-fat Greek yogurt on top, and then whatever toppings that I'm going to do. And you guys will see throughout the week, I will be recording my breakfast and I'll show you what toppings I am doing. But some of the examples, just to give you a kind of an example, I have like peanut butter, banana walnut, blueberry muffin, peanut butter and jelly. Also we'll have nuts on that, and then apple cinnamon. So those are some ideas that I have for those, but you'll kind of see how I do them. So I just did the base recipe. So a big bowl like this is nice because what I can do in the morning is I can toss, I can just give it a stir, toss all my toppings on top, put the lid on it, head to work, and then eat it while I'm sitting at my desk. And then I can just stir it however I want to do it. So that's why I like them in this. Normally I would, in the past, like I've made them in mason jars, but again, those are, I usually end up pouring those into a bowl anyway, so I thought I'm just gonna put them in these bowls instead of using the mason jars. The very, very easiest recipe, you guys. This is what you're gonna do. I am using my food scale to do this because that is the most accurate way if you're counting calories and wanting to get a real accurate measurement of any dry stuff. You want to go ahead and weigh it out, but you can definitely just scoop it out too. So a serving of oats is a half of a cup uncooked, which is good because that's what my recipe is. So my recipe is a half of a cup or 40 grams. So I'm going to go ahead and see, this is an example. So I did a half of a cup, but it actually came out to 44 grams. So it's actually over, which is not a huge deal. No, I mean, it's really not. But if you want to be real accurate with your stuff, that's what I'm talking about. I didn't even fill this half a cup all the way up, and it still came out to 44 grams. So for me, it's just, I'm trying to be accurate, trying to be, good about everything. So I just prefer to weigh it out. So we want to do a half a cup or 40 grams of the oats. Let me move you back over here. That in there. And then we're going to do a tablespoon of chia seeds, which I'm not going to weigh that out. Chia seeds are really high in fiber, super high in omega-3s. It's a really, really healthy source of carbs for you. And a really healthy, has all the healthy stuff in it. And these will expand and help kind of make this more of a jelly type consistency. And then for sweetener, you can use whatever you want. You can use maple syrup. You can wait to put the sweetener in after you do all your toppings. I prefer to do it in this mixture, and then sometimes I put a little bit more sweetener with my plain non-fat Greek yogurt, but it's up to you. I am going to be using the Sucre Gold brown sugar alternative. I just love the flavor of this. 0 calories, replaces sugar 1 for 1. We're going to do a tablespoon of this as well. And since this is 0 calories, again, I'm not going to weigh it out. And there you go. So that's the first, that's just all the dry stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these bowls, and then we'll put the liquid in. Okay, all of our dry stuff is in there. Let me give myself a little to stir. Now we're going to add the liquid, and you want to do a half of a cup of whatever liquid you want to use. I actually prefer to use cashew milk, but my store was out. My store was out of everything this weekend. If you watch my grocery haul, I talk about that a lot. So I'm using the unsweetened vanilla almond milk from Cliffia Farms. You can use whatever you want in this. I just prefer to use cashew milk because it's super creamy. So we're just going to put a half of a cup of the liquid, give it a really good stir so you get that brown sugar and the chia seeds mixed in there really well. I'm going to do that for the rest of these. Okay, I'm just going to give these all a good stir, and then we'll just pop the lids on there, and these will be good to go in the morning. They'll be nice and thick, and then you can do whatever you want with them. And you can look online and see all the different ways you can do overnight oats. And sometimes I heat them up. If I'm not putting yogurt on them, I will actually eat them warm and just put some toppings on there. I especially like that when I'm doing like just like brown sugar and like cinnamon. So I'll heat them up warm, add a little bit more brown sugar on there, add some cinnamon, maybe some sugar-free like maple syrup or something. And then they're really good that way too. But they're just as good cold as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so those are all done. Super easy meal prep for breakfast, full of healthy fats, whole grains, all those healthy heart stuff. Oatmeal's really good for your heart, so are chia seeds because it has all those omega-3s and omega-6s in them. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put these up and then we'll go to our next prep. I'm gonna do the snack boxes next, so let me tell you everything that's going in those. But first up, I need to do some hard-boiled eggs. I'm gonna be doing 3 of these snack boxes. I'll be having pizzas the other days and then leftovers the other days. So I'm gonna do 3 hard-boiled eggs. I would do more, but nobody else seems to eat them very often. Maybe I'll go ahead and just do 4, 5. I'll do 5. My son may eat them. So I have this little egg cooker. It's the Mini Dash egg cooker. Got it off of Amazon. Just has a little pin right there. You just pierce it. And I put water in here already. You do it depending on if you want hard boiled, medium boiled, soft boiled. I like them really hard boiled. So I put in the max amount of water. So I'm going to go ahead and get these going because we'll need these for those boxes. And these, I'm just using the Vital Farms pasture-raised eggs. These were on sale, so I picked these up. They were on sale for a really good price, like $3.49. Okay, so we just do that, turn it on. I learned that you do not seal this lid. I didn't read down the instructions until after I made them for the first time. Okay, what else is going in these snack boxes? We're going to be doing some cucumbers, some bell peppers. I'm going to cut up all the bell peppers, and that way I can use it for my cilantro lime salad later in the week. So I have that. I have some rotisserie chicken that I got from Costco that I already took off of the bones. I'll be using this for my pizzas, because I'm going to be doing bacon ranch pita pizzas and chicken Caesar pita pizzas. So I'm going to go ahead and portion out what I need for the pizzas, put that in the freezer, and then we'll be putting some of this in the snack boxes too. I'll be doing the snack boxes. I'm going to do 1 today and then 1 tomorrow, 1 on Wednesday. That way I can make sure the meat's good, and then I'll just freeze the rest of this that I don't use. I have some organic baby carrots. We'll be putting some of those in there. I have some roasted red pepper hummus. We'll be putting some of that in there. I weighed out 100 grams of grapes, or no, 300 grams of grapes. We'll be putting 100 grams of grapes in each one of our bowls. I just want something a little bit sweet in there. And then we have some mini Baby Bell Light. Is that everything? I think that is everything that is going in here. Yes, that is everything that is going in the snack bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and get these cut up while my eggs are cooking, and then we'll start assembling the boxes. For the snack boxes, I'm going to be doing 2 of these round ones. I got these ones at Walmart, and it came in a pack of 5. I really wanted them because they were super deep compared to my other ones that I got off of Amazon were really shallow. I'm sure you can get these deep ones on Amazon. I'm going to look because out of the 5, I only have 2 that did not crack. I don't even do anything with them. I mean, that was just every day. And I haven't even had these a few months. I mean, it's crazy. So the ones I have got off of Amazon, like this is an example. I mean, they look exactly the same, but I have some round ones I got off of Amazon like 3 years ago. I still have them. I mean, they're starting to get, where I need to replace them. Yes, I would prefer to have glass ones, but those are just harder to stack, to be honest, and to carry in my lunchbox. But anyway, so yeah, don't buy them at Walmart because they're cheaper, but they're definitely cheaper. I was just very disappointed in them. So I'm going to see if I can find, these are 1 liter and they're just really deep. They're great for salads. So I'm going to see if I can find more of these on Amazon. So the other one I'll do in this container. I prefer the round ones. We'll be putting the hummus in a separate container. So I just have these little square, and we're just going to weigh out 30 grams, which is a serving of this. And like I said, this is the hummus I'm using, roasted red pepper. And then we'll be doing, I think I'm going to do 4 ounces of the rotisserie chicken. And I have, all the breast meat is on top and the dark meat's on the bottom. So I'll be doing mostly breast meat on this one. So I'm gonna weigh out 4 ounces of that. The carrots, a serving is 85 grams. So we'll probably do 85 grams. We'll see how much that looks like because I need to see how much I can fit in the bowl. And then as far as the vegetables, I'm not too concerned on how many grams I get. I will weigh them out, but it's not like I'm, you know, aiming for a certain amount of grams. So let's go ahead and see how this is going to look. I'll move you a little bit closer here. I have the worst tripod. My good tripod broke. I just have not gone on Amazon to repurchase it yet. So it's a little bit shaky. I apologize for that. This one does not have a very good base on it. Let's see what 85 grams of carrots looks like. I have a feeling it's going to be okay. I'll probably be able to fit everything in here. We'll just do, I mean, it's kind of hard to do that, isn't it? 84. We'll do 84. That's 84 grams. We'll see how that all fits in there. Maybe I should put the chicken in first. Well, we have these. We'll go ahead and put them in there. We can always readjust if we need to. So we'll do 4 ounces. Oh, I need to change the unit to ounces. There we go. Trying to make it, like, I don't know why it doesn't matter, like just my own like OCD. I'm like trying to make it all like kind of uniform sizes. Okay, that's 4 ounces of chicken. That'll be okay. We'll just kind of push that in there side. The hard-boiled egg can just go, you know, can just sit on top. That's not a big deal. I want to try to make these look pretty for pictures, but we'll just see what happens. This first one we won't worry about making too pretty. I'll make the next one a little bit prettier. Okay, cucumbers are next. Like I said, I'm just going to kind of put an amount that I think I would want to eat, and we'll just see how many grams it ends up being. I'll just try to do them pretty uniform so I don't have to remember what they are for each bowl. I'm trying to get this one to 70. We'll see. It's like a little game. That's why you just make it fun. Okay, we'll just do like 76. How about that? Okay, and then the bell peppers. Again, these are so low calories that I'm not too concerned about. How many grams? Oh, 76 of that too. How about that? I think that looks plenty of vegetables to go with my hummus. It's only 2 tablespoons of hummus, so we'll have that. And then the baby bell will go on top. The hard-boiled egg, when it's done, they're still cooking, will go on top. And then the hummus will just be on the side. So yeah, I think that's a really nice, a nice amount of protein and, you know, good vegetables and healthy fats with the hummus and all of that. So the eggs are done. Okay, let me go put the eggs in the ice bath, and then we will get the rest of the bowls made. I almost forgot the grapes, so I got the grapes in there too. Okay, let me finish these up and then I'll show you what they all look like when they're all done. There are the completed boxes. I have the hard-boiled eggs and the baby bell in there. And then I have the hummus, so this will be a great snack. I'll have to figure out what the calories are and the protein and whatnot, but I think it probably is going to be a nice amount of protein and calories to keep me full, and just something different. It's so hot right now. It's supposed to be like 95 like every day this week, and I figure having something, you know, like this that's easy to just grab and go, also just, you know, nice for summer. I can go eat it on my porch during lunchtime and all that kind of thing. So anyway, yes, here is my snack bowls, and now the last thing we need to do are the chicken marinades. I'm going to start by cutting up the mango, and I'm going to show you how I cut a mango. So I cut it down as close. You can see it has this core in the middle, so you want to kind of cut it as close to that core. That core is very bitter, and I accidentally cut it wrong the first time. And then you want to take a glass that has kind of a thin edge on it, and you just go like this along the peel, and it just peels it right off. That is the easiest way, because it's almost impossible to peel otherwise, at least for me. So this is how I do it. So just a little tip on how to cut a mango, and these are really good. They're so fragrant. I never know how to pick a mango, but yeah, this is really good. Yeah, I cut it wrong the first time, so mine's a little bit mangled here. they call them, I think they call them like cheeks, is what they call them, like the mango cheeks. I don't know. I think that's what I've heard. So, yep, just go like this, and you're gonna find it so easy. This is just a stemless wine glass, which works perfect because it's not too thin, it's not too thick, and it just peels it right off. So I'm gonna continue doing that, and then we'll start putting our marinades together. Okay, so I have my mango here. I have 2 jalapenos. I did not de-seed them because I want it spicy. If you don't want it as spicy, take the seeds out. Again, I am just winging it with this recipe because I'm mixing, like I looked up Copycat Domino's habanero sauce, and I found a couple that were similar but also really different. So I'm just kind of combining them both, and we'll see what happens. These ingredients are kind of questionable, so we'll see. Okay, so I have the mango, the jalapeno. I did a really rough chop because we're just gonna be blending this up anyway. So I'm gonna put this in my blender cup. I hope this turns out, you guys. I won't be able to let you know until later in the week when I have it for dinner, and I'll be sure to let you know how it turned out. I'm using this harmless honey. The recipe is called for honey, and actually one of the recipes called for honey, and you didn't put the honey until after you made the sauce, but I'm using this as a marinade, so I'm just gonna put the honey in now. So 1/4 cup of that, and this is just sugar-free honey from here. My friend Krista got me this. You get it off of Amazon. I will definitely be repurchasing that because I use it for so many things. It's sugar-free, 30 calories, so yeah. And then we're gonna do a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. You guys know I love to cook with apple cider vinegar. It's so good for you. So I am gonna put that in there. And then minced garlic. I'm just gonna put a heaping tablespoon of that. And then lime juice. It says to use, how much lime juice are we using? 2 tablespoons of lime juice. And then it says paprika. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my paprika, and we'll do a 1/2 teaspoon of that. Use the smoked paprika. I hope I'm not gonna be sorry that I used the smoked one, but that's what I'm gonna use. I figure I really love the smoked paprika and everything, and look at the color on that. I just think it's just, oh, put the right lid on it. Okay. Okay, and that's it. So we're gonna go ahead and blend this up, and then we'll put it in the bag with the chicken. Just have my blender here. Here's what it looks like. It smells super, super, super spicy. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is gonna be interesting. Okay, so I have my chicken in there. We have to experiment once in a while, right? So I just have 2 chicken breasts in there. That's the chicken I get from Costco in their little bags like this. So I have 2 of them in there. So we're just gonna let this marinate, and then the night I have it for dinner, I'll probably just grill it in my air fryer since it's still hot. I don't want to have to turn on my oven. So yeah, there we go. The next one is a cilantro lime chicken, which I have made cilantro lime chicken before, but this is a totally different recipe. So first up, I put in a 1/2 cup of cilantro in there. And again, I just kind of pulled it off of the stems because we're grinding it up. Next up is a 1/2 cup of lime juice. So there's a 1/4. Oh, I made a mess. Okay, 1/2 cup of that. 2 teaspoons of honey. So we're gonna do the harmless honey again. Now this is also a dressing. So it says to put 1/3 of it into the chicken for marinating, and then you use the rest of it for a dressing. So that sounds amazing. I've had some really good cilantro lime chicken salads with a cilantro lime dressing. I'm hoping this is really similar because I've never been able to replicate it. So I'm really hoping this is similar. Okay, we have that, and then we need some garlic. So again, we're gonna do a big heaping tablespoon of garlic. Now it says we need a teaspoon of brown sugar. Again, we're going to use the Secret and Gold brown sugar alternative. And this is just a 1/2 teaspoon, so we'll do a teaspoon of that. And then we need a teaspoon of cumin. So I have my cumin right here. Cumin, how do you say it? I've always said cumin. Okay, 1/2 teaspoon or 1 teaspoon of that. And then we need 3 tablespoons of oil, which I will be using avocado oil. Thought I had record on. So there's 1 tablespoon. comes out so salt out of these little jars. That's the only thing about using these fancy little jars. Okay, 3 tablespoons of oil. And then we are going to go ahead and blend this up, and we'll put 1/3 of it in with the chicken, and we'll save the rest of it for a dressing. This one in the recipe, it didn't say you had to blend it up like this. I just prefer to do it with my dressings and my marinades. It smells amazing. I figured it would, so here's what it looks like. For this one, I'm using chicken tenders. Okay, let's try to do 1/3 of this. We'll just see how this goes. I think that's about right. I think I'd be more closer to half, but that's okay. Okay, and here is that one. This next one is supposed to be a copycat of the chipotle chicken. I've never had a chipotle before. We don't have one nearby us, so I won't know if this is anything close to it, but I'm sure it'll still be good. So I just use frozen onion because I hate chopping onion. I had an onion, but I just didn't feel like chopping it up. So it says to use 1/2 of a medium sweet onion. I think that's probably enough. And then it says use 1/2 cup of beer. I don't have any beer, so I'm just gonna use chicken stock. I think that'll be okay. Probably would maybe be authentic if they use beer, but oh well. Then you need to do, these are chopped chipotles. I thought they were whole ones because you're supposed to put 1 whole one in the adobo, but these are chopped up. So, oh wait, no, there's a whole one. Oh, there we go. Put a little bit of the adobo in there. Okay, so I got that, and you can just get this in like the, wherever they have like the Hispanic type foods, like beans and taco shells and things like that, and taco sauce. That's where I find this. We also need some minced garlic. So you know the drill. We just do a heaping tablespoon. Again, I just use the minced garlic from Costco because I don't have time to chop up garlic, nor do I want to. We need oil, so we need 2 tablespoons of oil. Again, I'm using avocado oil. Oh, I should have just got my big bottle out. These bottles are so pretty, but geez, they take forever. Okay, got that. 2 tablespoons of lime juice. Man, every single one of these had lime juice. Good thing I had some, and I'm making a mess with this today. 2 tablespoons of lime juice, and then we're going to do 2 teaspoons of chili powder. So I have my chili powder here. I don't think my teaspoon one won't fit inside my little jars, but my 1/2 teaspoon did. So we're going to do 4 of these to make 2 teaspoons. Tell me down there in the comment section if you guys have had chipotle and if you like it. And if you've had like these bowls, that's what I'm making. Okay, we have some cumin. We need 1.5 teaspoons of cumin. And what is your favorite thing from Chipotle? I have no idea what I'm going to do with this chicken. I'm just going to look up their website as if I was going to be ordering something and just kind of put a bowl together. And then we need 1 teaspoon of oregano. Just dried oregano here. And then salt and pepper. We're going to put some salt and pepper in there, and then we'll put it on the blender. Always, I just use my pink Himalayan salt. Just do that. I already put the pepper in there, and then let's go ahead and get it blended up. Put the rest of this, these chipotles in the freezer in this little container. I don't know what to do with these. I'm gonna have to look up some other recipes for these things. Oh, that's really strong smelling. Okay, we're gonna put that in there. It's not the prettiest, but hopefully it's really good. Now I need to clean up this mess over here, and then we'll get the protein pudding out and we'll see what it's like. Okay, here are my marinades. So I have my mango, jalapeno, the cilantro lime, and the chipotle, and then I had the rest of that cilantro lime to use as a dressing. So I have no excuse not to make 3 of my 4 dinners I'm having this week. My other dinner is just going to be grilled chicken and with, what was my other dinner? An Italian chicken. I need to use up some zesty Italian dressing, so that's going to be my other dinner. So yeah, I have no excuse not to make dinner this week. And if for some reason, like I had to work late or something came up, I can always toss these in the freezer and then, you know, they're all done. But this is the hardest part of making the dinner, is getting this marinade ready. Otherwise, I'd be doing it in the morning before I head to work or at my lunch hour so they can marinate, you know, the whole rest of the day. But I have the hardest part out of the way. No excuses. Dinner is prepped. Okay, let's grab the protein pudding and then we will be done. I still feel like I did not get this mixed up super well, but look how thick it is. I'm just gonna put it in this bowl. And what I'll end up doing is I will weigh this out. I'm gonna put it in my Lose It app. I'll weigh it out what the whole entire thing is, and just divide it by however many servings I have it, then I know how many grams to have. Just kind of in a hurry right now, I don't have time to do that. So there it is. But I do think next time I might do with a mixer. I don't know if you can tell, to me it looks like there's still a little bit of granules from that pudding. I've never used that pudding before from Simply Delish, so maybe it's just maybe it's like that. I'm not sure. Let me grab my list and we'll finish up the meal prep. Okay, here's our list. So we did the overnight oats, the protein snack boxes, we did the chipotle, the cilantro, and the mango, and then the protein pudding. My list is done. I will have all these recipes linked down below. I'll also link a couple of websites with some different overnight oat flavors and different ways you can make it, just to kind of give you some ideas. And thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to watch my video. And stay tuned next week for my daily what I eat vlogs. And also stay tuned on Instagram. I'll make sure I give you guys some updates on how all these marinades worked out, since they're all brand new to me, and what I think about that pudding, and so you can see all my overnight oat creations. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.